Imagine a creature standing in the heart of the deadliest desert, sand stretching endlessly, the sun burning hotter than fire, not a single drop of water for miles. Any other animal would collapse, dehydrated, defeated, but not the camel. This beast doesn't just survive, it thrives. Here's the shocking truth nobody told you. Camels don't store water in their humps. They store it in their blood. Yes, inside their veins flows one of nature's most genius survival systems, a living water tank running through their body. Stay with me, because once you understand how a camel's blood defies biology, you'll never look at this animal the same way again. For centuries, humans believed camels carried water in their humps. It made sense. The desert nomads saw these animals walk for weeks without drinking, so the idea spread. That must be where the water is stored. But science crushed that myth. The hump isn't filled with water. It's filled with fat. Fuel for energy, yes, but useless for hydration. So how do camels survive days, even weeks, without a single drop? The answer lies deep within their bloodstream. Here's where the camel rewrites the rules of survival. Their blood isn't normal. Each red blood cell is oval-shaped, not round. This tiny difference changes everything. Oval cells can flow smoothly, even when the blood is thick with dehydration. They can stretch like balloons, absorbing water when it's available, storing it like microscopic tanks. Imagine your veins turning into rivers lined with water balloons, ready to expand and hold life itself. That's what happens inside a camel. When it finally drinks, it doesn't sip. It gulps down up to 40 gallons of water in one go. That's more than 150 liters, enough to keep it alive for weeks. And the blood? It swells but never bursts. A perfectly engineered survival hack. Now picture this, a blazing desert day. Temperature, 120 degrees Fahrenheit. The sand is so hot it could cook an egg. Every living thing is gasping for moisture. But the camel walks on, calm, steady, unbroken. Here's why. While other animals lose water through sweat and rapid breathing, the camel's body has a lockdown system. Its nostrils trap moisture from every breath. Its thick coat reflects the sun like armor. Its blood, swollen with stored water, acts as a hidden reserve, slowly releasing hydration into tissues and organs. This isn't just survival, it's mastery, a living blueprint of resilience. Let me ask you, what if humans had this superpower? What if in the middle of a crisis, your body could store life inside your veins? No hospital, no water bottle, just pure endurance. That's the camel. When a sandstorm rages, when food disappears, when rivers dry up, its body doesn't panic. It adapts. Its blood becomes the shield. Scientists have studied camel blood for decades, searching for answers to human dehydration, because hidden in those oval cells could be the key to medical breakthroughs. A survival strategy that could save lives in disaster zones, wars, even space exploration. Think about it. The desert is the ultimate battlefield, a place where weakness is punished instantly. But the camel is a warrior, not because it's fast, not because it's fierce, but because it is built for the long game. It doesn't waste energy, it doesn't complain, it endures. And in its blood lies the ultimate lesson. Strength is not always about muscle or aggression. Sometimes it's about patience, storage, and survival. The camel whispers a truth humanity often forgets. Resilience isn't flashy, it's silent. It's hidden in the bloodstream of those who refuse to quit. Do you know what happens when a human runs out of water? Within hours, the body starts to shut down. Organs fail, the brain clouds. Death is near, but a camel? It can lose up to 25% of its body weight in water and still keep walking. For comparison, a human dies after losing just 12%. That means a camel can endure twice the punishment and still rise again. It's like running a marathon every day without ever stopping for a drink. So the next time you see a camel, don't look at the hump. Look deeper, because inside its bloodstream flows one of nature's most powerful secrets. A reminder that even in the harshest conditions, life finds a way, not by brute force, but by designing systems hidden beneath the surface. And maybe that's the lesson for us, too. Your strength isn't always in what people see, it's in what you carry silently, deep within you, just like the camel. So ask yourself, when life burns hot, when the desert of struggle surrounds you, when everything in you screams to give up, will you collapse, or will you unlock the hidden tank within your veins? Because survival isn't about luck, it's about design, and the camel is living proof. For centuries, people believed a lie. Every storybook, every desert tale, every child's imagination painted the same picture. The camel's hump is a giant water tank. It sounded logical. It explained the mystery of how these beasts survive the desert. But here's the shocking truth. The hump has nothing to do with water. The real reservoir of life is hidden somewhere else, where no one expected, not in the hump, but in the blood. Stay with me, because what you're about to hear will flip everything you thought you knew about camels. Picture an old caravan moving across golden dunes. The travelers whisper, "These camels carry oceans on their backs." The myth was born. The hump became a symbol of survival. But science is ruthless. It takes apart legends and digs for facts. When scientists cut open the mystery, they discovered the hump wasn't a water barrel at all. It was pure fat. Stored energy, yes, but useless for quenching thirst. The world had been wrong for centuries. So if the hump is just fat, how do camels walk the desert for weeks without collapsing? The answer lies deeper than skin. It flows inside their veins. The camel's blood is not like yours, it's a masterpiece of survival engineering. Each red blood cell is oval, not round like human cells. Why does this matter? Because oval cells can expand. They can stretch, holding more water. Like microscopic canteens, billions of tiny balloons floating inside the bloodstream. This is where the water is stored, not in the hump, not in the stomach, but in the living river of blood itself. Now imagine the test of this design. The sun scorches at 120 degrees Fahrenheit. The desert air pulls water from every breath. Every creature nearby is failing. But the camel keeps moving, unbroken, relentless. Why? Because its blood is carrying hydration through the body like a secret delivery system. Muscles, organs, brain, all nourished by the slow release of stored water. It's like having a hidden reservoir inside the body, drip-feeding survival into every cell. Here's another shocker. When a camel finally reaches water, it doesn't drink like any normal animal. It devours. It can gulp 40 gallons in just minutes. That's more than 150 liters of liquid life flooding its veins. If you or I tried that, our red blood cells would explode. The body would shut down, but not the camel. Its oval-shaped cells stretch, absorbing the flood like perfectly designed containers. No rupture, no collapse, just storage. Nature's engineering at its finest. Think about this for a second. Most animals die if they lose even 10% of body water. Humans collapse at 12%. But a camel, it can lose 25%, a quarter of its body's liquid, and still walk on. The hump isn't the miracle, the blood is. That's the real superpower. The camel carries its survival not on its back, but inside its very veins. Now here's the question. What does this mean for us? Why should we care about camel blood? Because inside those oval cells, scientists see possibilities. What if we could design blood that stores water for soldiers in battle, for astronauts in space, for disaster victims with no access to clean water? The camel isn't just a desert traveler. It's a living blueprint, a clue to solving some of humanity's biggest survival problems. So the next time someone tells you camels store water in their humps, stop them, tell them the truth. The hump is just fat. The real tank is the bloodstream. And that changes everything. Because the camel story isn't about fat humps and folklore. It's about hidden strength. It's about survival systems buried deep within. It's about a silent truth running under the surface. Just like resilience in your own life. The camel teaches us this. People will look at you, make assumptions, believe myths about your strength. But your real power isn't always visible. It isn't flashy, it's hidden. It's in what flows deep inside you. So remember, it's not in the hump. The real secret is always in the blood.